the biggest game jam ever hosted in HIO history so far, with over 21,000 participants and almost 6,000 entries. GMTK Game Jam 2021. The Game Jam started with the theme Joined Together. I directly opened Microsoft Paint as usual and started sketching some ideas. And I had this idea. You control two characters that are opposite in gravity and both have to land in a specific area. It's not something unique, but I knew I can finish it in one day. The Game Jam lasted for 48 hours, but because I was busy with other things to do in my life, I had only 24 hours to finish my game. So I started working on it. The first thing I did was to pick a color palette for my game. This time, rather than searching for one on the internet, I challenged myself to come up with my own one. Turned out it was easier than I expected. After that, I started creating the tiles for my game. I drew the same shapes I used in my other game, Rhombus, but made them fit the new game with rounded edges and different colors. After that, I thought it's time to make the characters. I wanted them to be small and simple because I didn't want to make animations for them in less than 24 hours. Both characters looked fine to me. To clarify, these two characters were not actually eyes, until both of them sat next to each other. Do these look like eyes? One with eyelashes, and one looked like a frog would write a poetry for it. Cool, let's make the thing they land on a toad.
Toad is a common name for certain frogs, especially of the family Bufonidae that are characterized by dry, leathery skin, short legs, and large bumps covering the parotoid glands.
A toad that needs both of their eyes to join together. Get it? I made a temporary level to test the mechanics of the game. I added gravity orbs that will switch the gravity on the eyes. I then added spikes to make the game more interesting. Created transitions between scenes that will also tell you what's happening. You land on a toad, it says 2 eyes on a toad. You land on a spike, it will say 1 eye on a spike, and so on. Which for some reason people thought it's a joke and comedy. And that was very intentional. Did you know what they used to call me back in the days? Mr. Comedy Toad. 3000x9. Anyway, the game started to make sense and was fully playable. I just wanted to add sound effects to feed the game more juice. I used one of Kenny's sound effects assets. Link in the description. And then I thought it's time to make some levels. I wanted to teach the player how to play through the levels of the game. The first level will tell the player that they can jump and double jump. The second one will tell them about the gravity orbs and the spikes. The other levels are just normal levels that the players have to figure out how to solve. In the end, the player will be in a playable end scene. Then I worked on the start screen. I wanted it to be as simple as possible. There's nothing much to talk about here. I was so tired that I couldn't even think of any other level ideas. So instead, I built the game to Windows and WebGL. I had some issues with these two builds, but I fixed them before customizing the HIO page for the game. If you are interested in playing the game, you'll find a link in the description. Bye.